Get ready to hear some superstar names now, people, because it's part 2. So, next up is somebody who plays for the Broncos. He is a man who puts 100% in every single game. He plays hooker, and he is my number 9 favourite. It's Andrew McCulloch. Seemingly a workhorse for the Broncos and is definitely a key player to their team. Hasn't been given a chance to play for Queensland yet because of a certain future immortal in the game, but I'd be willing to bet once that certain somebody retires, McCulloch is definitely next in line for that number 9 position for Queensland. Oh, and how ironic that a player in the number 9 position is my number 9 favourite. Anyways, he definitely makes my top 10, and for good reason. My number 8 favourite is one of the most explosive wingers in the game today. He's a Kiwi, a tackle busting machine, and he plays for Canberra. It's Jordan Rapana. Probably could have ranked up higher on my list, but I think 8 fits nicely still. Yeah, what's not to like about him? He's a try-scoring machine as well, simply electrifying every time he's given the football. I'll also never forget that one epic game of his where he scored a record 180 points in the NRL Supercoach. Pity I didn't have him in my team. He's my number 8. Coming in at number 7 is Brisbane Broncos' Anthony Milford. Definitely was one of the most explosive fullbacks at only 18 years old when he played for Canberra. He quit his old club so that he could join the Broncos, in which he had to make the switch to playing 5'8", just as Darren Lockyer did. Milford has become an even bigger star for the Broncos, with setting up tries or scoring them himself in style. He's number 7 on my list. Coming in at number 6 of my favourite NRL players currently is somebody who has played for a couple of other clubs but was really only a backup. It's Clint Gutherson. Fast forward to this year's NRL season where he now plays for Parramatta, and Gutherson is a star. Whether he was put at fullback or 5'8", Gutherson is the attacking spark that the Eels desperately needed, and is a big reason for the Eels making the finals this year as well. And yeah, he's my number 6 favourite. My top 5 favourites now. I am kicking things off with Gareth Widdop, who plays 5'8" for Dragons. He was a good player at the Storm too, but he has taken his game to a whole nother level at the Dragons. His goal kicking doesn't get talked about often, but he's usually pinpoint and would rate him in the top 5 goal kickers today probably. There are a lot of good Englishmen in NRL at the moment, but Widdop tops that list. He's my number 5. My number 4 favourite is one of the most dominant forwards today. He's another Kiwi. He plays for my favourite NRL team, the Cowboys, and his name is Jason Taumalolo. The guy is averaging like 200 metres per game, which is probably the most out of any forward in the NRL at the moment. Maybe only Paul Gallen can notch up that much. Anyways, I don't want to give that big grub any praise, so moving on. For someone of his size, he does not slow down, he has a hell of an engine, and I thank the Cowboys for securing him for life. Yeah, definitely makes my fave 5 for sure, and at number 4 too. At number 3, I couldn't possibly leave out that man who won the Cowboys their first grand final. He is a future immortal, and may go down as the greatest of all time. Yes, that's right, I'm talking about none other than Jonathan Thurston. Never gonna forget that classic laugh either. And yeah, like I said, one of the greatest who is still playing, and is my number 3 favourite for sure. If he was a goal kicker, I would probably start to call him the next JT. Well, he's most definitely the next big thing for Cowboys. Coming in as my second favourite NRL player today is Michael Morgan. From after what we've seen from him in the final series this year, he stepped up, and the future is definitely here. And the Cowboys are most definitely in safe hands after JT's retirement. I like Michael Morgan so much because he is fast and he is strong, knows how to set up a try, just needs to develop a better passing game, and then we can finally start to call him a star. Cops a lot of criticism at times too, but I can truly say that he is my favourite Cowboys player, who I know will keep improving his game. So he's my number 2 favourite, and deservedly so. I think it was pretty much inevitable for Cameron Smith to be my number 1 favourite NRL player today. The guy is a future immortal. At nearly 35 years of age, he is not showing any signs of weariness, and most importantly, he is a professional and leader on the footy field. He's the best hooker in the world. There's no one close. It is only fitting that he is probably the #1 player in Australia, and is also playing for the #1 club in the competition at the moment. He's Cameron Smith. He's my #1 favourite NRL player. P.S. Never wanted to praise the Storm, but have to give credit where credit is due. So yeah, good on ya, Smithy. And that's the end of the video. Hope you guys were able to find my top 10 interesting. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. P.S. NRL rocks.